Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video. And today's video, I'm going to share with you guys the best exponential settings to use in this game. I haven't yet covered the best exponential settings for Season 4. So if you guys are looking to change to exponential or looking for some very good exponential settings to try out, definitely stay to the end of the video because these settings are the very best here in Season 4. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys would like to enter this giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you guys get notified for every single new upload and when I announce the winners every Friday. And lastly, make sure you guys put down your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account down in the comment section below, and you guys will be automatically entered into the giveaway. And lastly, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do, go down to the bottom right, hit on support a creator, type in my creator code, which is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator in the item shop. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best exponential settings to use here in Season 4. So if you guys are switching to exponential, or maybe you guys are looking for some better settings, I think exponential is very great when it comes to long range accuracy, which is very good for a lot of people who play competitive. So I want to show you guys the settings that I have. So first, the HUD scale, I do plan about 80%. I recommend anything from like a 75 to 80. I think that's really good. Now going into the settings that I have for exponential. First, for my building and editing sensitivity, I have both on a 2.2%, and then I have for my X and Y sensitivity, so my horizontal and vertical speed, my horizontal is going to be on a 51% with my vertical on a 50, so I'm playing on a little bit higher of a sensitivity than I normally play on, because I normally play in the ranges of 40, but I know a lot of you guys do like to have towards the higher settings, so I wanted to make this one with a little bit higher with a 51 and 50%, but if this setting or the sensitivity is too high, I would recommend anything like a 47 or 48%. I really wouldn't go too much lower than that for exponential. So for these settings, I have a 51% and a 50%, and I have just a slightly higher horizontal speed because it's going to help me out a lot when it comes to flick shotting, because that's one of the biggest things that I have noticed for the season, and that is going to be you really want to have the best aim possible with your shotgun, just because shotguns really have made all the difference. And I've been streaming every single day, since the start of Season 4, and I would say every stream I get one pumped probably 4 to 6 times every single stream, so shotguns are going to be a very big deal. So that's why I plan on just a slightly higher of a X sensitivity, so it helps me out a little bit more when I'm turning around in boxes and going for flick shots. So the 2.2% that I have for my building and editing, I feel like is a little bit on the fast side, but it's not too fast where it's out of control by any means. I think it's really good. It's very comfortable where I'm able to go for all the retakes that I need to go for, but at the same time not being too slow where I'm not able to go for some of the retakes, and not being too fast where I'm not having enough control. So I feel like the sensitivity that I have, a 2.2 mixed with the 51 and 50%, is a really good balance for building and editing, and I feel like you guys are going to like it as well. So like I said, when it came to my X and Y, I planned just a slightly higher of an X sensitivity, and I highly recommend that, especially for the season, just because, as I mentioned before, shotguns are going to be one of the most crucial things that you guys want to be better with, and of course, having that little bit higher of a sensitivity being in the 50%, I'm going to be able to turn around a lot faster in boxes, so when I'm box fighting other players, I'm not going to have a situation in which I get stuck, not being able to turn around because my sensitivity is too slow. So that's why I think the 51 and 50% is a very good sensitivity to be on when you're playing on exponential settings. So that's the sensitivity that I would recommend as far as your X and Y and your building. I think it's very good and also extremely balanced sensitivity to have. So going down into my ADS sensitivity, my aim down sights, I'm currently playing on a 14 and a 13% with just a slightly higher of a horizontal speed as compared to my vertical. I really like the 14 and 13%. I think it's a good balance between close range and also long range accuracy when you're aiming down your sights. And when it comes to ADS sensitivity in a lot of my videos, I really don't vary too much on this setting, just because I feel like when it comes to your aim down sight sensitivity, there really isn't much leeway when it comes to the sensitivity to use. because you really have two options. You can go maybe on the low side and play on like a 10 or 11 and be able to hit a lot of the long range shots, or you can play it a little bit higher like a 15 or 16% and be a lot better with your shotgun close range. But I also do play with a little bit of a look damping time, because it helps me out a ton, which I mentioned in my previous video, where if you're having a little bit of recoil, having that just slightly of a look damping time really makes a huge difference on being able to control your recoil, which is greatly going to improve your aim. So I really do recommend giving that setting at least a try. If you guys don't like it, then you can definitely turn it off, and it really isn't as necessary on exponential as opposed to linear settings, because on linear settings it is a little bit harder to make those small analog stick adjustments, but on exponential settings, just having that little bit extra really makes a big difference when it comes to controlling your recoil on, say, your SCAR or your SMG when you're shooting at other players. And I have noticed, I don't know if you guys have as well, but I feel like there is a lot more recoil on the SMGs as compared to the previous seasons. When you look at the P90, I feel like these SMGs have a lot more recoil. I feel like I have a harder time controlling my aim than compared to the P90 of last season. So that is something to keep in mind, maybe trying a little bit of a look damping time to kind of offset the added recoil on the SMGs, and of course the recoil you have on your ARs like your SCAR and your M16. And the main reason why I play on that little bit extra of a horizontal sensitivity for my ADS is because this sensitivity is really good for long range aiming, but having that just slightly higher X sensitivity makes it really good when you're going to shoot players at close ranges, because you're going to have that little bit extra speed that you might need. So that's why I play on the sensitivity that I do. And as far as the dead zones, I play on 11% and a 7%. I like having lower dead zones because it makes everything feel a lot more responsive. So I would recommend having single digit dead zones if possible. Of course, when you lower your dead zones, you are more prone to stick drift, but I really do like having the lower dead zones because everything feels super responsive and super clean. So definitely lower your dead zones if you're able to in this game without having the crazy stick drift all over the place. And then of course you want to have your foot controller setting on off because it adds extra input delay to your controller. So those are going to be pretty much all the settings or the sensitivities that I have for exponential. I think these are a really good balance, and of course the X and Y sensitivity, I think anything above a 50% to me is a little bit on the high end. So I have a little bit higher of an X and Y sensitivity than I normally do, but I think you guys will like it a lot because there is a ton of you guys who watch my content that do like the higher sensitivity settings, and a lot of my settings are towards the lower end, just because that's usually what I prefer. But as I mentioned earlier, that is going to be one of the main things you guys want to focus on this season, is going to be improving your shotgun aim, because as I've said, I've been getting one pumped game after game. So if you're able to have really deadly shotgun aim, you're going to be very good this season. You're going to be able to get a lot of wins and a lot of kills. So that is going to be one of the number one things that you guys want to focus on improving. So having a little bit faster of an X and Y sensitivity is going to make you a lot quicker when you're looking around boxes and finding other players. So that's why I recommend the sensitivities that I do. So just to recap, these are all the settings. I have a 2.2 for my building and editing. I have a 51 and a 50%. My ADS is a 14% and a 13%. And then my look damping time is a 0.06 with my dead zones on 11% and a 7%. These are all the sensitivities that I have and that I would recommend for you guys to try out. But with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do hit that like button. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you guys get notified for every single new upload. And as well, I do live stream every single day here on this channel at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you guys do hit that notification bell so you guys will get notified for every single new stream, and probably pretty soon, just because I post content every single day. I've been posting content every single day for the past like 2 years. I might start taking like Tuesdays and Thursdays off, just because those are kind of like the middle of the week days. So maybe, I don't know when, maybe starting sometime next month, I'll probably be posting 5 days a week instead of 7, but I'm still going to have the same content as always, so definitely hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss out. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and alright guys, I'll see you next video.